Welcome back. We're talking about reading and viewing, and we've been talking about critical listening and critical reading. And we are working our way into political writing. With our critical evaluation, we're going to look at a political speech. My friends, my brothers and sisters, we have all come here today because we share a common goal. We all know that scientific advances have proved that genetic engineering is the only way in which we can eliminate hunger in Africa. Let's face it, we know that farmers who have adopted innovative crops are attempting to feed the starving, and we shall support them in their efforts. Those in the media who question these new crops are simply trying to keep prices high and to prevent us from having access to food. What must we do now? You must not allow yourselves to be influenced by these people. Rebel against disinformation. Let us eat the fruits of our land. We said in the last segment that when you're looking critically at a text, you look at who benefits from this text, who wins and who loses, and how is that brought about. And that is what we mean partly by critical reading. Let's look back at the speech. You need to look carefully at the text. Let's look at techniques. My friends, my brothers and sisters. So the first technique is using emotive language to make people feel united. Also, brothers and sisters, everybody is equal. The next thing is the use of pronouns. The use of we, which goes on throughout this passage. Very often pronouns try to create groups. We united over here, as opposed to those people over there, them. So look in political speeches for an us and them approach. We who are together and right, and them, the enemy who's wrong. We have all come together here today. Notice the use of all. We all know. The suggestion that everybody is together, nobody is in disagreement, nobody is standing outside the group. We share a common goal. Please look at emotive language like common goal. Again, it's part of unity. Do you see how often the idea of unity is being hammered in this? We all know that scientific advances have proved that genetic engineering is the only way in which we can eliminate hunger in Africa. Now, the word hunger is a very emotive one. It is a serious topic. Food is critical in the world today. Look at the bias of the speaker. This speaker approves of genetic engineering in food crops. If you don't know enough about that, you need to activate your background knowledge, find out more about it. This person, to support genetic engineering, doesn't want anybody to criticize it. So the speaker talks about scientific advances. So his position is supported by scientific research, and we know that by calling on science makes people feel that something is factual, it's provable, it's modern, it's advanced, and therefore is right. So there are all sorts of things going on in the sentence. The we, the all, the know, we know this, not we believe it, not we think it, we know it. Then the scientific advances, then the genetic engineering, then notice the only way to eliminate hunger in Africa. So this person does not want somebody to put up a hand and say, is there any other way? Excuse me, could you discuss alternative methods? No, this is the only way. So notice how firm and decisive the speaker sounds. Let's go on. Again, you look for emotive words. So innovative, for example, new crops, feeding the starving, again, new crops, the fear of high prices, the fear of being prevented from having access to food. Let's see if there are any other techniques. Look at let's face it. The speaker's trying to say, I'm being reasonable. Come on, let's look at this calmly. Let's not get emotional here. But notice it is very emotional. We know that farmers who have adopted innovative crops are attempting to feed the starving. Notice how positive he is about the farmers. He is biased in favor of them. We shall support them. Please look at that verb. Shall support. Very determined. Notice what's happening here. Anybody who criticizes the speaker makes themselves in some way hostile against people who are trying to feed themselves. So you have to be with him, or you are encouraging hunger and starvation. This is what we mean by critical reading, and we're going to continue to look at critical evaluation in our next segment.